say a decade ago, I definitely would feel, more comfortable sharing something vulnerable about myself. Never anything that personal, but like, ooh, I've got a doctor's appointment tomorrow. I'm nervous about it. Something along those lines. I would never post that now. And one thing I noticed, because, I was friends with and also writing about dissidents from Uzbekistan, most of whom were in exile, which is why they had access to Facebook in the first place, because at that time it was banned in Uzbekistan. They would post pictures of cats, pictures of what they ate for dinner, incredibly bland assessments about their family or about the sunset. It was like reading a bunch of Hallmark cards. And I knew what they were actually doing. I knew that they were, trying to pose a serious challenge to a brutal authoritarian kleptocracy. But they, of course, could not reveal anything personal about themselves on their Facebook pages because they always felt like they were being surveilled. And they probably were being, I can basically say, yes, they were being surveilled by their government and by Facebook itself. I have now turned into that type of poster on Facebook where it's all surface level. It's all bland. It's not anything that anyone didn't already know or wouldn't figure out from observing me on, say, Twitter or any kind of public space. Like I self-censor for my own protection because this is a deeply, deeply corrupt corporation, and I am in a deeply, deeply corrupt country where I have no protection from my own government. This is something that Andrea and I have spoken about many times over the last 5 years. Like, we don't have anyone to go to if somebody comes after us. Like, we've got nothing. And so, it's up to us to protect ourselves. And that's one way of doing it. But it sort of shows this evolution of how the United States, has turned into, more of a kleptocracy. I'm not comparing us to Uzbekistan because obviously that situation is far more severe than what we contend with. But that's the direction we're leaning. Uzbekistan did not get more democratic since the advent of the internet. The West got more autocratic. That has been the progression of events. And Facebook played a seminal role in stoking that and in just stoking violence.